All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give our praises and glory and honor due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Korash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who rule and ties the truth. Peace and salutations to the whole free elect, scattered abroad, doing his work in truth and sincerity. I want to say shalom. And this is just a quick lesson, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, this will be edifying. And just a quick hit, man. Today's topic going into it is better to go without a woman, man. You know, it is better to go without a woman, man. I was just meditating on this thing. You know, being a young brother in the truth. And just having different situations with Eve or dealing with young Eve in the world anyway. In my current generation, it's hard to say. I ain't gonna say it's hard, but it's somewhat of a temptation. Not to deal with Eve, man. But meditating on it through the scripture, and a wise thing to do, even as the scripture say, it's better to go without Eve, man. If you can handle it anyway, man. Cause these damn women, man, these days, and even the older generation, man, even the older women, but especially concerning the women of my generation, me being a younger brother, I'm just 23 years old, giving up my age, but especially these younger women, man, my age, younger, like I say, even older, and they wicked as hell, man. It's a very adulterous generation, man. A very adulterous, wicked, abominable generation, man. Especially with these damn Eve, man. Especially with these damn nigga women, man. Just like you got YNs, yeah, you got YEs, man. You got these young wicked ass Eves, man. They just as worse. They just as worse as these YNs, man. So just meditating on it through the spirit. It's better to go without these women, man. It's better to be without Eve, man. They wicked, they sneaky, man. They conniving, they spiteful, and ultimately they don't know no better, man. They've been polluted by the ways of this world, by Esau's kingdom, by the fucking music that they put out, by all these fucking Cardi B's, damn Sexy Red, fucking Ruby Roses, all these damn Nicki Minaj, all these damn Megan Thee Stallion, man, all these damn wicked ass adulterous women, man. This wicked ass adulterous generation, they've been polluted, man. So it's better to go without these women. It's cool to have them or deal with them from time to time, here to there. Lay with them, whatever. The Most High may throw you a bone, whatever the case may be. But as far as, putting your all, putting your time, investing your time, your love, your trust, all these things, man, and your focus on Eve, man, no. This is not the time for that, man. Especially being the times we living in, man. The times that we're coming into, man. We know, according to prophecy, those 7 women going to cleave onto one man. So, ultimately, man, we're going to end up getting these damn hoes anyway. And even in the kingdom of heaven, that's when we're definitely going to get them back. Everything's going to be restored in this righteousness, man, in order. So that's where you're really going to be able to enjoy it, man. Because this kingdom, you can't even fucking enjoy having a wife, man, Or just an Eve, man. Just an Eve to vibe or talk to, man. Because these damn Eves, they on fucking low level, man. They on a very low level, man. Low vibration, man. You got some Eves out here, man. They kind of, able to, carry on a conversation. Not that much in the world. Of course, they all into the world. They all gonna, like, I was watching a clip. I may put in the video, the brother Yawan, GMS Yawan. All these damn Eves, they gonna try to post little pictures with their ass out, post little cleavage, things of that nature, because that's their nature, man. In this world, that's what they've been taught. Again, they've been polluted. But again, but you gonna have some Eve where they not all into the world. They don't go out as much. They kind of got a level headed. They kind of focused a little bit. They kind of got dreams and aspirations. You kind of can talk to them on somewhat of a level, man. It ain't just all about fucking hot girl shit, city girl shit, or water party at, smoking fucking hookah. Eve these days fucking drink more than a man, smoke more than a man. Eve want to be fucking masculine real bad. Love to fight, stir up drama. All that messy shit, man. You want to stay away from all that shit, man. But, kind of went on a rant, man. But we'll hop right into it. Just a quick lesson, man. Again, Lord, when this is edifying. But this is Sirach 25. And I'm going to skip around a few verses. But I'm going to pick up here at verse 19. And it reads, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, man. So the Lord is telling you off the rip, all wickedness is but little. It's little what? To the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her, man. So the Lord is telling you, man, hey, that's how wicked a woman is. That all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, man. You know what I mean? The wickedness of a woman is extreme, man. These women are fucking wicked, man. The Lord said, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her, man. You know? Skipping down to verse 21, it says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure, man. So the Lord is telling you, hey, don't stumble upon these women because they look good, man. Or, you know, because Keisha look good. You know, or she got a fat ass, you know. So these are things that Jake desire, man. These are things that Jake look for. She got a nice body. She look good. You know, she cute. She got pretty teeth. She got big lips or the color of her eyes. Or she got natural hair. You know, she ain't got to wear weave or get the, you know, or get the box braids, man. You know, don't stumble upon these things, man. You know, it says, and desire her not for pleasure. You can't, don't be in it just all for the pleasure, man. You know, because you got a lot of lustful Jake out here. They just can't help themselves, man. Stop trying to desire these women all the time for pleasure, man. You know, because in the spirit, you look at the spirit of these women, it's off, man. The spirit on a lot of these women are off, man. They full of demons. Again, they you know, they polluted with wickedness and iniquity, man. They full of it, man. You know. So 21 again, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. I want to skip to 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin. Through her we all die, man. You know, of the woman, it came the beginning of sin, man. You know, that's how wicked the woman is, man. You know, it says, and through her we all die. So through all these Eves we die. And even in a lot of cases in the words of scripture, I can't think of it off the top of my head, man. I know maybe a while back, this is probably a year ago, me and the brother, y'all see, did a lesson together, going into it, man. You know, about the wickedness of these Eves. But, you know, just think about a lot of circumstances in the world where a lot of Jakes get into it or die. It's all behind an Eve, man. It's all behind a wicked-ass Eve, man. A wicked-ass nigga woman, man. You know? They can't keep her fucking legs closed, want to give her box up to everybody, man. You know? And it's just wicked, man. It's stupid, man. You know? Behind a lot of these damn Eves, a lot of fucking Jake die, man. You know? Getting into it over Eve or just dumb shit. Being at a bitch house. Excuse my language, man. But being over here at this damn bitch house at the wrong time, whatever the case may be, man, a lot of Jakes, man, they die because of these wicked-ass Eve, man. You know? You don't want to be caught up dealing with these wicked-ass women, man. Again, especially in the times we heading into, man. You can't trust nobody. You think you're going to be able to trust these weak-ass Eve, man. These wicked-ass Eve, man. They fucking weak-minded, man. And they wicked as hell, man. Eve giving the fucking anything, man. You know? You got a little bit of money. You tall, you smile, talk the right way. Eve will give in, man. You know, even give in for less than that, man. Even fucking wicked, man. You know. But I'm going to go to Proverbs. We'll jump to Proverbs 31 and 30, man. You know, I don't want to rant too much. Because, you know, I talk about these. I had a conversation like this all the time with my coworker, man. And he actually an Edomite, but he understand it, man. It's a lot of fucking wickedness with these women, man. You know. And he even talk about the wickedness of everybody think, of course, don't deal with them. The nigga woman, she's the worst woman on the earth. For real, you know. And even the elders and the apostles tell you that. But he even goes into the wickedness of, you know, these damn Edomites, man. The wickedness of the women of the Edomites, man. You know. People think, oh, man, get you an Edomite. Get you a white girl. And they wicked as hell, too. Really, all these women wicked, man. No matter the nation. You know, ethnicity, they wicked. And some might not be as bad as the other. But they all fucking wicked, man. You know. Women in general are just wicked, man. Well, this is Proverbs 31 and 30. It says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised, man. So a favor and beauty is deceitful and vain, man. You know, but a woman that feareth Yahweh Shah, and she shall be praised, man. You know, and that's rare, man. To find sincere, you know, humble, meek women, man. You know. Because like the scripture tell you, you got a lot of favor and beauty in these women. And that's deceitful and vain, man. And that's another thing. These women are very, very deceitful, man. You know, very cunning, you know. And they get that from Satan, man. They're from the serpent, man. These women cunning, you know. They're deceitful, man. You know. But let's go to this, man. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 26. Let's grab that. And it reads. We'll just read 26, getting to the point. And it says, and I find more bitter than death, the women. You know, and that's deep, man. When I read the scripture, I meditated on it, man. That's deep, man, because you got to think about how bitter death is, man. the death of a close family member, man, a close friend, hell, a wife, a girlfriend, your mom, your dad. The Lord said, I find more bitter than death. So like the women, man, the Lord find more bitter than death. The women, man, death is bitter, man. It's a bitter feeling, man. That's a terrible feeling. But the Lord said He found more bitter than death. The women, man. Cause me and my brother was having this conversation. Women to bug Jake out, man. Women be bugging these damn Jakes the hell out, man. Women cause you to indulge in all type of fucking emotions and folly. The women bring out all kind of feminine emotion side of you that you didn't even know you had in you as a man. She bring out all kind of sorts of wickedness in man. Make Jake bought the fuck out, man. And that's why she's more bitter than death, man. Eve is wicked, man. They play fucking mind games. All kind of little bullshit come with Eve, man. Where from the top it says, I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso please of Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her, man. So if you please in the Lord, you're gonna escape these wicked ass women. And we know even in the scriptures, it's kind of double fold. The scriptures speak as sin as a woman. And that's how you know the woman is wicked, man. But it says, but the sinner shall be taken by her, man. But the point being in that was the Lord said, I find more bitter than death the woman, man. Whose heart is snares and nets, man. So these women lay out fucking traps, man. They're evil, they cunning again, they cunning, man. Very deceitful, man. Very wicked, polluted, man, with all kind of wickedness and iniquity, man. But let's go to Proverbs, man. I'm not gonna make this too long, because the point really already been made, but a couple more precepts. So this is Proverbs 27:15. And it reads, just what I want. God. So this is Proverbs 27:15. It says, like, continue dropping in a very rainy day, and a contentious women are a light, man. And that's another thing. These women are very damn contentious, man. I always want to go back and forth, man. They loud, obnoxious, and the scriptures speak about loud and obnoxious women, man, who don't stay at home, And that's what you got in this generation, man. A bunch of loud ass, obnoxious ass Eve who don't stay at home, man. Running the streets all night, drinking, smoking fucking Black and Milds, ready to get a box up to anybody, man. And like the scriptures read here, they're contentious as hell, man. And they go on with their contentious spirit, their contentious behavior, man. I always want to argue with a man. I always want to talk back. Even don't know how to stand a damn place, man. Don't know how to submit, be submissive, man. To be a fucking woman, man. To be a keeper at home, Don't know how to take care of damn responsibilities, man. Like I said, yeah, especially these women in my generation, man. Eve don't even know how to fucking cook. Better yet, fucking clean up after herself, man. Even know how to fucking carry herself in a modest manner. Eve lacked manners, man. It used to be cool, back in the older days, way before, when I was a young boy. It used to be a cool thing to, and even before that, it used to be cool to bring an Eve to your home. But now you don't even want to bring these damn Eve to meet your parents, man. You hire your fucking girlfriend from your parents. Eve fucking ratchet as hell. Stiff ass weed, cussing every fucking sentence. Got no manners, no yes ma'am, no sir, none of these things, man. And contentious, want to argue, man. Even argue with anybody, even fight and argue with anybody, man. Even don't got no respect for no damn body, man. That kind of morals, none of these things, man. Somebody that's contentious, again, they always got a rebuttal. They always want to go back and forth, man. They always in that back and forth spirit. It's the same way Eve is, man. It's a mess, man. But continue to this. Let's go back to that side, right? And that's why it's better to be without these Eve, man. It's better to go without a woman, man. Again, it's cool to deal with Eve, man, if you can, if you're able to, and dealing with the right ones. You got to make sure you're dealing with the right one, Of course, they all going to have their flaws, but, some are better than others. Like the scripture said here, Ecclesiasticus of Sirach 25:16, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman, man. So the Lord said, I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, man, to keep house with a wicked woman, man. That's how wicked these women is, man. You don't want to dwell with these wicked women, man. You want to keep these fucking women away from you, man. They're distraction, man, ultimately. All these fucking women are distractions, man. They hold you back, man, from your purpose. You know? Trying to reach your full potential, man. Because now you're trying to put all your care and your your feelings, your focus, everything is going to this woman. How to please this woman, man. Why she worried about who the next dude she gonna fucking lay around with? Who can she get some money from? Or what can she get some weed from? Or what the next party at? You know? Just wickedness, man. But let's go to let's see. Let's jump from there to Proverbs 31, man. You know? Let's go to Proverbs 31. So I can kind of had a brain fart. Well, this is Proverbs 31:10. It reads, "Who can find a virtuous woman for a price is far above rubies, man?" You know? Because who can find a virtuous woman, man? You know? It's hard. That's rare. That's rare in this society, man, if you find a virtuous woman, man. You know? You're not going to find that. And again, like the point, you know, that I'm making, it's better to be without a woman, man. A woman, she takes your strength away as a man, man. You know? And the scriptures read about that. Let's go to address, man. This is why it's very important, you know, that if you can, if you're in the state to not deal with a woman. Even the elders and apostles are always going to this, man, about, you know, not dealing with a woman, man. How they able to go deal without a woman, you know. And if you're able to do that, man, you know, that's more power to you, man. But let's read this again to the point. We'll read 27 as well. So this is first Ezra 4:26. Yeah, many there be that have ran out of their wits for women and become servants for their sake. Many also have perished and have erred and sinned for women, man. You know? So it's many that have ran out of their wits for women, man. Because women taking your strength away, your power, man. You run out of wits for these fucking women. You says what? You become servants for their sake, man. Now that's all your damn mind, 24/7, how to please this fucking Eve, man. You know? When you should be worried about serving your house by Shemi, man. You know? Getting to the kingdom of heaven, man. You know? Mercy. Obtaining salvation, man. But instead, you focus on fucking Eve, man. Trying to figure out what the fuck she want to eat. And she don't even know what the hell she want to eat. You know, man. It's stupid, man. She asked you 30 times what you want to eat. You know, asked her 45 times what she want to eat, man. Leave these fucking Eve alone, man. It says, many also have perished and have erred in sin for women, man. Like, again, like I was going to earlier, man, you have many Jakes. They, man, have died, man, perished. They went off sin for women, man. Because these women take your strength away. They throw you off track, man. They take your focus away. They take your power away, man. So in this kingdom at this time, man, while we yet still in our captivity, it's best to leave these fucking women alone. This is their kingdom, man. They're enjoying this captivity, man. They love it here, man. They love the ways of this world, you know. They love the wickedness of this place of Babylon the Great, man. You know, we can't abide one with these women, man. You know, as men, we got to stand up, stand tall, man. It's better to be without them. Again, it's cool to deal with them. Cool to talk to them. I'm not saying that, man. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm not saying hate women. But, man, as far as dealing with them, hey, man, leave these damn evil alone, man. Especially on a deep level. Hey, forget that, man. Stop trying to look for a fucking wife, man. You know. Ain't no such thing as a girlfriend. The Bible, stop trying to find you a damn girlfriend, man. Leave that shit alone, man. You know, that's not funny, man. But for real, leave that shit alone, man. You know. This is 1 Ezra 4:26 again. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished and have erred and sinned for women, man. You know. Well, let's go to this. Just touching on that point. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, man, because Paul said this, man. Paul touched on this. And I'm going to bounce around a few scriptures on this as well. But we're going to read the verse 1. So this is 1 Corinthians 7:1. And it says, not concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman, man. You know, and we'll read too also. So it says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife and let every woman have their own husband. So it's better for a man not to touch a woman, that way you're avoiding fornication, man. Because you're supposed to have your own wife, and a woman's supposed to have her own husband, man. You know. But you don't have that in this society. Again, this is a very adulterous generation, adulterous society. That's what this place promotes, you know. Adultery, man. You know, laying with another man's wife. That's all you hear about in the music, man. Women laying with another woman's man, you know. He rapping about taking this girl a nigga. Man, it's just vanity, man. Just vain, dumb shit, man. You know, but this is verse 7, man. Skipping down 1 Corinthians 7:7. For I would that all men, or even as myself, but every man have his proper gift of the Most High, one after this manner and another after that. You know, because, you know, that's why he said I would have that all men, or even as I myself, because what, Paul was unmarried. Paul didn't deal with women. Paul didn't deal with Eve. He already knew. That's why he was saying these things. He knew it was better to go without a woman, man. You know, he knew it was better to leave Eve the hell alone, you know, and focus on the mission, focus on his purpose, his life, you know, and fulfilling the prophecy, you know, doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know. This is verse 8. It says, I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abode even as I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn, you know. So he was saying, man, it's better to stay unmarried, you know, and abide as Paul did. But if, like he's saying, if you can't, hey, then marry, man. Find you a woman, or a woman find you a man. Because like he said, it's better to marry than to burn. You know, you don't want to burn in that lust, you know, after a woman, or you know, or a woman after a man. It's better to, you know, find you someone to be with, man. You know, than to burn in that lust, man. I want to have somebody, you know. But again, the point, we'll close it out with this, in the book of Amos. But again, the point, it's better to leave these women alone, man. Don't try to find you no damn Eve to lay with, because she probably done lay with half the people in your damn city anyway, you know. Because like the scripture is going to tell you here, the Lord made our women whores, man. He made them whorelets, man. That's all you have is a bunch of whores, man. A bunch of whorelets walking around, man. Leave these damn whorelet women alone, man. These damn adulterers, whorelet ass, wicked ass, deceitful ass Eve alone, man. You know. And I can hear Eve now, Eve in the world. That nigga sound hurt. You know, that's how wicked Eve is, though, man. But it's because we know these things. We've been given the spirit to discern and see the wickedness of our people, man. Especially Eve, man. But this is Amos 7:17. Therefore, this saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thy wife shall be in a whorelet in the city, man. So our wives are whores in the city. You know, that's all you have is a bunch of little whorelets running around, man. It says, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in the polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land, man. You know, but that being the point, man, hey, that our women, that our wives, that are whorelets in the city, man. You know, they're whores, man. You know, that's why you got a lot of Jake running around now. Divorced, unmarried, you know, unhappy, 30 plus years old, no wife, man. No woman to be with, you know. Sleeping with different women because all these women are whores, man. They're whorelets, man. You know, especially us giving this ministry, man, giving this truth, giving the task at hand. Hey, we at war, man. We're at battle. When you go off to war, you don't have time to be laid up with your fucking wife, man. Trying to give her kisses and hugs all day, man. Trying to be laid up with Eve, worried about what she want to eat, what kind of, you know, what clothes she want to wear, you know. Especially with Eve in this world, man. I bet a lot of these niggas, a lot of Jakes in the world, arguing with Eve on fucking Easter Sunday about what their kids gonna wear. Or we're gonna wear the blue color, we're gonna wear the blue polo shirt, we're gonna wear the yellow polo shirt. You know. But now I'm just babbling, man. But again, man, the point being, it's better to go without a woman, man. You know, the point being made, man. You know, so again, Lord, what this was edifying. I'm just go ahead and close it out with that, man. I'm going to close out giving all honor and glory and praises again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Again, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and charge the truth to the elect. I say shalom until next time. Shalom.